want to talk about the price of lumber, or is the subject a little too sensitive still?
The subject's not sensitive at all. I mean, you're the one that opened it up with me this morning going,
so guess what? 2x4s are back to pre-pandemic prices. I paid $3.
I get it. So
yeah. $3.57 for a 2x4, which is a considerable, and I'm just thinking about this, like we're currently framing out a basement apartment right now. We're probably going to go through about roughly 300 2x4s and then some 2x6 as well. But let's just say 300 2x4s. 300 times $3.57 is $1,071 in material, versus during the pandemic time, if I would have paid $12, it would have been a stud, which is what it was, $3,600 in material. So that's a huge difference. That's a massive difference, and makes a huge difference for renovation. So I'm curious to see how the renovation sector is going to pick up as the price of lumber comes down, including plywood, which is very affordable if you buy the right product at the right time. But that's for another day.
Well, I'm doing a renovation here at the office, so I'm going to have to talk to my GC about what he paid for 2x4s and see what's going on in British Columbia here. See what prices are. I haven't looked at them. I haven't looked at the price of a 2x4. So
now I buy directly from a local supplier here. Which, by the way, if real estate investors are listening to this, do not buy stuff directly from Home Depot. Go set yourself up a contractor account. You don't need any minimums or anything like that. And you can buy cash. You don't need to do it on credit or anything, but you will get a 5-10% savings straight off the hop. So, I know right now at Home Depot, the 2x4s are $3.91, I believe. So, I paid $3.57. The average guy's buying them for $3.91. It's not a big difference, Patrick, but it does add up over time. That's for sure.
Of course, especially when you're a developer like you. But the other question I have for you, JG, because you're playing that game a lot, is what are the other costs associated with, when you look at, countertops and appliances and cupboards, and, how are those costs faring? Are they staying the same? Are they going up? Are you still getting deals on them? What are they doing?
Nothing is going. So that's a great question. So some materials like consumer materials, toilets, sinks, taps, stuff like that, you can get great deals on that right now. Like you just got to shop for sales, and you could buy, during COVID, we were paying up to $350 for a toilet. I could buy that same toilet now for $150.
We'll take 20.
That kind of material have come way down in price, way back to, again, pre-COVID for sure. If you're buying stuff on sale, you're getting a great deal, and that's what we're doing. I'll give you another example. Luxury vinyl plank flooring, which we use a lot of. Before COVID, I used to be able to buy that stuff for $2 all day long, $2 $2 a square foot all day long. And then during COVID, it became $3, and then $4, and then $5, and then, so on and so forth. Now you could buy it all day again for $2 a square foot. So the point is, a lot of those materials are coming back down. The price of trades have definitely not come down. But their timelines are much better. So instead of like booking a trade now and like it's going to be 8 weeks till they get to you, they're definitely able to squeeze you in. The elasticity of the demand has definitely gotten better, and we're in a much better place from that perspective. Windows is another one. During COVID, windows went to 16 weeks before you can get your windows. I'm just in the process. My project manager is actually working out the order right now. We're back down to 4 weeks. We're actually back down to the place where we can go into some of our suppliers and pick up the windows right there on site and go install them same day. So
that's the thing. The supply issue seems to have kind of gone away mostly. I happen to notice, because we had to buy some appliances, that appliances are still a little iffy depending on where you go, what you're buying. That appliances seem to be a little bit of lag. You got to pay attention. And I guess it depends on brands and what store you're dealing with. But it's not back to what it once was, but I think it's heading that direction. And for the most part, it's not bad. But I keep hearing that appliances are still a little bit questionable. But even what about, like, for example, shower doors? Because I remember a time where shower doors weren't even available. Are you starting to see that supply start to fill the gap again?
Funny enough, is shower doors. I just installed some shower doors 3 weeks ago that had been on order for 10 weeks. So now what's interesting there, though, is that particular shower door, I didn't have a choice. I installed a certain tub surround. I had to use their shower doors. But on the flip side, I did another shower where I did custom shower doors with custom glass. It was easy peasy, fast, quick. Installers were there, done. So I would say it's 99.9% worked out, Patrick. I have not had any appliance issues myself, and we order 3-4 appliances a week right now, and we don't have any issues. It goes, straight from the order, straight for delivery. And again, everyone is so that whole thing has worked itself out. We're kind of having this conversation about the price of lumber, but the entire space, if anybody's out there and has been scared to take on a project because of previous, lags in supply, price of material, so on and so forth, I think a lot of that has been worked out of the system. You don't have to be afraid of that anymore. You can take on that project just like you used to be comfortable taking on that project. I think it's largely worked out, Patrick. Price of lumber, done.
If you like what you learned here, go to the description below and subscribe for our free Insiders newsletter, where you can also stay up to date for our upcoming events and our courses.
If you want to see more stuff like this, click here. If you want to see the entire show, click there.